Okay, so good afternoon all. This is from the One Click, myself Samir, and today we have Dr. Kasturi R Naik from the Mumbai, Maharashtra. She has more than 12 year experience and she is educator, author, researcher, L&D consultant, and life coach specialized into emotional intelligence and providing many other services into HR domain as well as L&D consultant services to the different kind of clients as well, and associated with the many corporates and B schools, business schools for the same. So topic for today, it is HR focus on 2023 and more on. So let's start with it. So first question, that is what will be HR focus in 2023? What are your thoughts for the same? Can you please elaborate, Doctor?
Yes, first and foremost, thanks for giving me this platform on One Click, where I would be able to share my thoughts on how HR is going to take the future of work ahead. So, there are three important elements which I believe HR can play a major role in 2023. The first element I believe would be the leadership. I think pandemic have showed us, and many reports, be it from McKinsey, be it from the HBR reviews, the Stanford University, many reports are telling us that we need to train leaders to create second line of leadership.
Yes.
And where can this start from is culture setting. So there is a need of a culture within an organization, as per the research, as per the real-time experiences, which I have been, because I have been in connect with many of the CHROs and many of the HR leaders in the corporate world also. The first need is we need to create a win-win culture. Even pandemic has shown us this, that if we want to cultivate excellence, we need a win-win culture within the organization, because that can nurture excellence. Competition generally breeds mediocrity. Even Peter Thiel in his book 0 to 1 is stating about it. He has written an entire chapter on how competition can only breed in mediocrity, and if we want excellence, we need win-win culture. Second very important thing is agility is the next norm which is coming into picture. Pandemic has taught us, but we need authentic agility. Agility with authenticity, that is very important. Speed is important, I do agree, but direction of that speed also matters, and a leader needs to provide that direction when speed is coming into picture. Then tenacity, that's the third very important thing for culture setting. So when it comes to tenacity, we need to reward an upstander instead of somebody who is just a bystander. An upstander who comes and who tries to give in creativity irrespective of the level in the organization. The HR need to have an eye open for locating these upstanders and rewarding and recognizing them. Pandemic has taught us we need more of upstanders who are self-disciplined and who know how to voice out and give right direction to the organization. Then we also need a culture where there is empathy,
Okay.
and real-time relationships are breeding into the organization. So that is one very important area, and a future scope of HR to breed a culture. So if I just join this all together, it is win-win culture, that is W, authentic agility, that is A, tenacity, that is T, empathy, that is E, and R is real relationships, real time focused relationships which are more authentic. And an authentic leader can only bring in the real time focused relationships, not breeding too much of mediocrity. So this comes to water as an acronym, and that is a transparent culture, that is a need for future of work. Okay. Second thing which we need is, like I rightly mentioned, goal setting. So goals which are there, HR need to see that more of the goals need to be set which are approach oriented and not avoidance goals. So HR can set basically a goal setting mechanism where approach oriented goals are there and not goals which are more connected to avoidance. And for this, we need to somewhere as an HR redefine the performance systems, performance appraisal systems, and check the blend of right kind of capabilities with right kind of attitude.
Yes.
Both is required. So blend of, so because every time bulk training is not a solution.
Yes.
Sometimes if I find that capability is there but attitude is a problem, one to one coaching or mentoring works wonders.
Yes.
And bulk training can be hazardous there sometimes. So HR need to have redefining of the performance appraisal system. And I would appreciate, based on research, again, this is not a lip service which I am giving, but many of the organizations, they have started understanding and redefining their appraisal system, where we have 4 levels.
Okay.
The lowest level is where you have your operational excellence or operational day-to-day routine services which are rewarded. Then we come to customer focus, which is very important within the organization. But if I want customer focus or centricity, I need to have self managed teams
Okay.
in the organization. So when I see somebody who is a peer of mine doing better, how do I appreciate it? And that peer who is doing better, how that peer is ready to come and help me and elevate me into my performance. That kind of bondage is what is self-managed teams who is having their personal growth along with their professional growth. And lastly, a strategic, inputs given at all the levels, because I think strategic thinking is not restricted only to the leaders or the CEOs or the general managers and the vice presidents. Everybody can think strategically. Percentage is different. So I think these two things are a need. One is culture setting, like I said, culture setting in the way the leaders need to create, need to have the readiness to
Yes.
create second line of leadership with security. Leaders need not be insecure when they're doing it.
Yes.
And it's a question, I know we need to deal with this question, but there is a need to deal with this question. Second is redefining the entire appraisal system. So hope this.
So, second question is how HR can become the agile and why it needs to be. Can you please elaborate?
Yes. So, like I rightly mentioned, that HR needs to, how can HR play a major role in promoting agility and to rightly say authentic agility? So, for that, one very important thing which HR needs to focus on is ethics within the organization, because when it comes to agility, it's speed. Okay. And then when it comes to speed, I want to achieve a particular end,
Yes.
because when I contribute with the kind of speed and quickness which the organization is demanding from me, when I'm achieving that end, what are the means through which I'm achieving the end need to also matter. And if we see the Burns theory, the researcher Byrne, he has rightly mentioned that how do we take into consideration ethics when agility is also coming into picture, is when whatever actions I'm taking and whatever results I'm getting or the outcomes I'm getting, the impact of my actions.
Okay. Yes.
What is the impact on the overall vision of the organization? Am I taking the actions in alignment of the vision of that particular organization? That is very important when it comes to agility, when HR is contributing to agility. So I would just conclude by this. Amazon, Amazon is one of the organization which we can say they are working for agility. Netflix is there, Zappos is there. So if I take example of Amazon works on this 4 value system. The first value system is customer obsession
Oh.
over competition. So they believe in customer obsession. Second value system is passion. They have passion for invention. The
Yes.
third value system is commitment to operational excellence. And the fourth value system is long term thinking. They don't think short term, they think long term. So HR plays a very major role again in building these value systems of the organization, which promotes all these 4 things, and because of which I take care of my moral values, of my end values, and the impact which the organization is having on different stakeholders.
Got it. So, what
Hmm.
do you think? What do you think about AI? How AI will affect the this particular trend of HR? Will AI be okay with Indian culture or will take more time? Artificial
So
intelligence.
if Yeah, if you take into consideration AI is, I would say, AI need to not be seen as something which is cancerous or a gangrene part for the organizations, but actually AI the employees need to be taught how do they consider AI as a part and parcel of the organization, and how with regards to artificial intelligence, like if you see cobots
Yes.
in many of the manufacturing units, cobots are used. What are cobots? Cobots provide the labor with artificial strength,
Yes.
and through which their work can be multiplied 100 times.
That time.
So AI need to be considered as something which is collaborating, like I said, win-win culture.
Living that.
So as an employee, I need to consider AI something which is coming as a win-win culture for me, and AI allows me to focus more on the creative and the innovation aspect within the organization. AI actually creates three levels of jobs within the organization. One is creativity and innovation can be given more importance, and employee has a free time for that when AI comes into picture.
Mm.
Second is AI allows me to streamline the process. AI allows me for more lean management. AI allows me for more agility. AI allows me for more transparency within my organization. How do I use AI in association with that? I do not use artificial intelligence to cut down only the human resources or the cost, but how do I use AI to facilitate and to elevate my human resources?
Yes.
Okay, by providing more kind of challenges which will allow me to use my mind, my developed mind as a human being with the help of AI. That
Yes.
is the second level of job which AI can bring into picture. And the third level of jobs which AI can create is basically where the mechanical and the automation which is coming into picture, because of which I can think of upskilling, and this upskilling of my human resources that will allow me to diversify my business, expand my business. Okay, so when I have AI coming into picture, I need to have my L&D team ready, and one click can think about it. How can my L&D team, learning and development team, be ready and use AI as a counterpart, as a collaborator, where my human resources will work and connect with AI and provide more expansion opportunities for my organization instead of thinking it as a threat
Yes.
or thinking it as a competitor to my human resource. So again, here HR plays a role in culture setting, how to use AI as a collaborator and not as a competitor or a cancerous part of the organization.
That is all about the particular session for the HR into 2023. We would like to thank Dr. Kasturi Naik. She is from Mumbai, and we'll hope the future may she will come all with the more topics with innovative ideas and with more details. So thank you so much, Dr. Kasturi Naik, for sharing wonderful knowledge with us.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank you.